Hello darlings, for today's video I'll be creating 3 neon eyeshadow looks using the 7 stack of ultra bright pigments by Myomakeup. The first step is to prime the eyes, so I'm using the Plouise base in 0.5. Once I've tapped the base in, I'm ready to begin applying the neon pigments. The first pigment I'm working with is the blue, and I'm tapping this along my crease from outer corner to inner corner with the Morphe M506 brush. Since these are loose pigments, the best way to apply and blend them is to simply tap them on. This allows them to appear more neon, achieving the best color payoff. As you can see, I'm never swiping my brush, only tapping, and continuously doing so to build up the color before applying the next pigment. The second shade I'm using is the purple, and I'm tapping this along the edge of the blue using the Morphe M562 brush. By applying it this way, the two will blend together without sweeping any pigment away. This is also a great brush for a precise shadow application because of how small it is. I'm now applying the pink along the edge of that purple we just applied. Since this is the shade closest to my brow, I want it to be a bit softer than the other, so I'm swiping my brush a bit so that it isn't as vibrant as the blue or purple. Now to make sure my blend is seamless, I'm reapplying the purple and then the blue. This will also help to revamp the vibrancy of those shades. Now to cut my crease, I'm using the JH42 brush and the Plouise base. I'm starting from the inner corner of my eye and rounding the base into my crease, stopping about 2/3 in to create a half cut crease. When referring to my crease, I mean a little bit above my natural crease since I have hooded eyes. This way I'll be able to see the work I do in this area when my eyes are facing forward naturally. Now that my crease is cut, I'm applying pigments to the blank space. I'm first packing on the blue pigment to my outer V, connecting it to the blue that we have in the crease. Next, I'm tapping the purple onto the edge of the blue, and then following up by applying the pink next to it. To get rid of any harsh lines and blend the pigments together, I'm tapping them on top of each other. For example, I'm now tapping a bit more purple where I had placed it before. The next shadow I'm applying is the orange, and this is going to go onto the majority of the space left on the lid. Of course, I'm tapping a bit more pink onto the edge of where those two meet, and then adding some yellow into the little space that's left near my inner corner. To blend that with the orange, I'm just taking the little bit that's left on my brush and placing it on top of the orange. For my inner corner and brow bone highlight, I'm using the Ofra Illuminating Blush Stripes, which is what I used on my face. Now for eyeliner, I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen and lining my lash line. I'm then curling my lashes with the Kevyn Aucoin Lash Curler and applying the new Perversion Waterproof Mascara. Both of the UD products have become my favorites. I love everything about them from the formula to the applicators. Now that I've popped on some lashes from visofree, I'm tightlining with the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion from Urban Decay. For my lower lash line, I'm repeating the steps I did on my lid. First, I'm adding the blue onto the outer corner, then I'm adding the purple and pink, and finishing it up with the orange and yellow. Finally, I'm adding some NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk to my waterline and mascara to my lower lashes. And that completes the first look. Now it's time for the second look, which is the most artsy out of the bunch. Once again, we're starting by priming the eyes using the Plouise base. This is my ride or die eyeshadow base. It covers all of my discoloration and doesn't need to be set with a powder. For this look, we're starting off by applying blue to the crease, but not taking it quite as far towards the inner corner as we did in the previous look. Next, I'm tapping the green pigment along the edge of that blue. I'm going back and forth between the blue and green and taking the blue higher up onto the green in order to blend the two together and create a darker green. Once I've successfully mixed those two to be a dark green in the crease, I'm packing more of the green pigment along the edge so that it flows from blue to dark green to light green. I'm now finishing up the blend by tapping some of the yellow shade onto the edge of the green. Next, I'm adding some of the red shade to the inner part of the crease and blending it in circular motion so that it isn't as vibrant. Now it's time to cut the crease. As always, I'm using the Morphe JH42 brush and Plouise base. I haven't found a better combo yet. It makes cut creases so much easier, and I definitely recommend it to everyone. Now that I've created my half cut crease, I'm adding more blue to the outer corner of the lid. Next, I'm adding some color to the space we cut out by first tapping some purple onto the edge of the blue. I'm quickly tapping more blue onto the area where those two meet to blend them together, and then moving on to the next shade, which is pink. Once I blended the pink into the purple, I'm adding the orange to the rest of the space that is left, and of course tapping a bit of it along the edge of where it meets the pink to create a seamless blend. Now I'm curling my lashes with the Kevyn Aucoin Lash Curler, applying some of the waterproof Perversion mascara, popping on some visofree lashes in the style A06, and then tightlining with the Perversion Glide On Eye Pencil. For my lower lash line, I'm first adding the blue and green to the outer corner of the eye, and just as we did in the beginning, creating a darker shade of green between the two. I'm then packing on the green pigment to the inner third of the lower lash line and adding the yellow to my inner corner. Next, I'm adding some of the pink pigment to my waterline, and finally I'm applying mascara to my lower lashes and also brushing through them with a spoolie coated in some of the orange pigment. And that completes the second look. Now it's time to move on to the third and final look. Just as we did before, we're priming with the Plouise base. I'm using the shade 0.5, which is slightly lighter than my skin tone, and tapping it on with a Morphe JH36 brush. This time I'm starting with purple in the crease, rounding it from the inner corner to the outer corner of the eye. Next, I'm tapping the red shade along the edge of the purple. This will help transition us to an orange, which we're applying next. I'm now finishing off the gradient by adding the yellow pigment to the area closest to my brow. To bump up the vibrancy a bit, I'm going back into the red and the purple so that they are extra neon and noticeable before cutting my crease. Once again, I'm creating a half cut crease, and since I have hooded eyes, I always create a shape that is a bit higher than my natural crease. Now that we have a sharp cut crease, I'm adding some purple into the outer V, connecting it with the purple that was already in the crease, and sweeping it down at an angle a bit so that it lines my lash line. I'm then tapping on some of the red pigment to the center of the eye on the space that we cut out, and tapping a bit of the purple on the side of it so that the two blend together. Next, I'm applying the yellow to the rest of the blank lid space and dragging it onto the red a bit so that they blend together, creating an orange. I'm now curling my lashes with the Kevyn Aucoin Lash Curler, applying the waterproof Perversion mascara by Urban Decay, and applying the same visofree lashes. I'm also tightlining with the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion, and then adding some color to my lower lash line. I'm working my way from the outer corner to the inner corner by first applying the purple, then the blue, and following that up with the green. I'm then popping the yellow into my inner corner and highlighting my brow bone with the Ofra Illuminating Blush Stripes. Next, I'm applying some blue pigment to my waterline and finally adding mascara to my lower lashes. And that completes the 3 neon eyeshadow looks. Let me know in the comments below which out of the 3 was your favorite, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time!